Hi, this is Lynn Langit for Teaching Kids Programming. In this video, I'm going to talk about the first recipe in Course 7, Object Instances. So let's get started. So this is the beginning of looking at instances, and we're going to use the turtle object rather than the tortoise. You may want to use the PowerPoint, and I'll show you what that looks like, to explain this idea of turtle, DNA, or a class, and then object instances, and there's more in the pen flip. And this is the syntax, where you have the object name, which is the turtle, then the variable name, and then you say equals new turtle. This creates a turtle instance, and then you can set the properties. Let's move into the recipe. So you can see that we've got some additional information up at the top here that we are adding as scaffolding and providing to the kids. And for teachers, I'll just take a minute and explain. So what we have is we have a new type of window here, the multi-turtle window. This is an abstraction over the J panel, and this allows us to add instance-based turtles using the add and show turtle method that you'll see. We also have the class is TurtleObjects, and we have the main method here that calls TurtleObjects, but you'll notice this is a method that has the same name as a class. This is called a constructor. So we're supplying this information for this recipe, and we'll be teaching this in subsequent recipes. So you can just explain to the students, this is what's needed to get this to work. So we're going to go ahead and fill in the body of the recipe, and then we're going to pull it out as a recipe. So we're going to start here, and we're going to create the turtle instance. And once we save it, we'll see that we have the turtle object up at the top. Now the yellow indicates we haven't used the variable yet. So we have to add it to the window to be able to see this. And the window, you might remember, the variable is MTW. And you can see that we changed the background, and we also changed the header to help kids to distinguish between the global tortoise and the turtle instance object. Next, we're going to have our speedy turtle draw a triangle with 100 pixel side length. Now we added some convenience methods here so that kids could just get this shape drawn more quickly. Now you might want to ask the kids, what are the steps of drawing the triangle? Again, this is mirroring what you did earlier with the houses variation, where you had the different roofs and you created methods to create the pointy roof and so on and so forth. So this method obviously encapsulates the move and turn steps that the kids would previously write. And just to make this instance actually speedy, we're going to set the speed to 10. All right, once you have this entire thing working, then we can get rid of the English. And we can extract this as a method by right-clicking, clicking on Refactor and Extract Method. And we want to call this Make Speedy Turtle and say OK. And then you can point out to the kids that this has created this method, and this is calling this method. This is a pattern, again, that they should have seen before. We're going to save, and we're going to run. All right, so we can get rid of some English. And then we follow the pattern that we've just used to make a slow turtle. And you can even have the kids copy and paste. Working in the middle of the method, make sure they change their name here. Again, they need to change their name. Now you can have them run it at this point and ask the question why they don't see two turtles. The answer is because the second turtle is rendering in the default start location over the top of this one. Now, in order to translate the next line of English, have your slow turtle draw an upside down triangle with 50 pixel sides. The kids have to read the documentation for DrawTriangle. You have to get the right turtle here. So if you click on this, you can see the size of a side of the triangle, negative numbers draw an upside down triangle. Again, we try to keep it interesting to get them to read the documentation. And a lot of kids will make the mistake I just made, which is in the copy and paste. They don't change the value and then it draws over itself, which is great for them to see because then when they do it correctly, it'll render correctly. There he goes. Now we have the same pattern. We can get rid of our English. And then we can extract this as a method. And then save it. And you should get the exact same result. And then you can get rid of this English. I'm going to take this speed and I'm going to move this up because my turtle's not looking speedy. There we go. This looks like I made a little mistake in the recipe. I'll correct that. That needs to run before the drawing because otherwise the speed is going with the default speed. All right, so now we have our final one here. And let's go ahead and do the final. And the kids should be on pretty fast by now. So watch out for those copy and paste errors because then they'll have the variable name problems because they have to be unique names. So this is the crazy turtle. This add and show turtle method is similar to tortoise.show in that we're abstracting, like I mentioned before, the JPanel and the paintables to make it a little bit more easy for the kids to work with the API. So now if we say save and we run this, so we've got 1, 2, we actually have 3 turtles. And do you remember why we don't see that third turtle? Again, it's going in the default location. Okay, so now we're going to have the last turtle draw a lightning bolt. So our turtle is the crazy turtle. And just like we did with the triangle, we're going to use a convenience method that we wrote for this. It's called draw lightning. And we're going to make it 55. And we're going to save that. And we're going to run it. Boop. Boop. And boop. And then we add a little bit of cleanup to do. So we're going to get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this, abstract this as a method by right-clicking and refactoring. And if the kids ask why they're doing that, it is to get, a method to do a single thing. And that's just a good programming practice that we're showing here. Turtle, and say OK. All right, and then we're going to get rid of this and get rid of this, get rid of this, save, and run just to make sure everything works. And voila, we have so many turtles. So hopefully the kids are going to go crazy with this and just make lots and lots of turtles. This is the beginning of the world of OOP for our TKP kids. So teachers, enjoy, and we love to hear your feedback. If you have any questions or concerns, I'm Lynn at TeachingKidsProgramming.org. Happy programming and have a great day.